What's the damn deal, YouTube? How the hell are ya? It's of course your boy Vuhlandes back with another video. Hope everybody out there is having a wonderful, beautiful day. In today's video, we're keeping up the theme with some teaching. This time teaching more about some video. I know a lot of y'all follow me for the photography, but I have been diving a little bit more into video and kind of wanted to talk about some of that stuff a little bit more. So I thought, why the hell not? In this video, we're going to be talking about filming and getting cinematic videos without moving the camera at all. Everybody who watches this channel knows that I film a lot of these videos by myself. So a lot of the times these videos are being filmed on a tripod and the camera is not moving. Damn, I can't talk. But the camera is not moving, which means that I have to find a way to make these videos cinematic, well, as cinematic as possible without having to move the camera, without any camera movement. We all know that making cinematic videos and videos look cinematic is a lot easier when you got your slow zooms and push-ins and side to sides and things are moving, and it just looks a little bit more motion picture-ish, because cinematic is, the definition of cinematic is, let me look it up, relating to motion pictures or having qualities, characteristics of motion pictures, so pictures that move. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the few things I do to get a cinematic feel for my videos without moving the camera at all and without using slow motion. I didn't know if I was going to name this video how to do the cinematic thing without slow motion or how to do it without the camera moving. I still don't know as of now, but in this video, I will go over both slow motion and not moving the camera, so whatever. But anyway, before we get started, let's watch this video that I just made of my friends making pickles cinematically without moving the camera or any slow motion. But all right, before we get to it, let's just talk about the obvious things that I don't want to dive too deep into in this video that makes a video cinematic, whether you're moving the camera or not. And those things are clearly sound, color grading, and the music that you put over that video. Now, those three things don't automatically make your videos more cinematic, but they do help tell a story and make things feel a little bit more film-like when you're watching some of these videos. Those are three very important things, but not the things that I want to talk about in this video. So the things I do want to talk about in this video is, one, being what I think is the most important thing, and that is movement. If your camera is not moving, then the things that are moving within that scene or that video need to be moved in a way that feels cinematic. A lot of the times for most of my videos, I always set my camera up in a way where you see the scene and then something happens in the scene. For example, when she was washing the pickles, you seen the pickles first, and then you seen the water come in and splash over the cucumbers, not the pickles, I'm sorry. You also seen that at the end of that, Sam walk into frame when he was grabbing the pickles out of the refrigerator. Also, having the right cuts and chopping the video up in a way where things are flowing naturally also makes it feel more cinematic, which brings me to my next point, which is storytelling. If you're not going to be having your camera move at all, you need to make sure that the story flows, and you need to make sure that the story makes sense and that people can follow along clearly. So that means not having a scene last too long, and also not having a scene be too short, and piecing these scenes together in a way that makes sense and feels cinematic. Because a picture can tell 1,000 words, but a moving picture literally tells the story. Now the next thing is choosing the correct focal length for what you're trying to do and what you're trying to show. One thing I need to mention, that with the right focal length and with the right angles, so also composition is another thing that goes into this, but we'll talk about that in a second. But when choosing your focal length, what you need to recognize and understand is that anything can be cinematic. I can literally record a video of just my eyes and my eyes alone and nothing else that goes along with this and have it look cinematic. I can also record myself picking and reading a book and have that look cinematic as well, because of the focal lengths that I choose to use and how I place them, along with the lighting and everything else that goes along with that. Now with the reading the book scene, if I had the part where I was actually reading the book or flipping through the book not as close, and I maybe say I had it at 24 millimeters instead of what I had it at was like 55, I think. But say I had it at 24, you're gonna get a different feeling. It's gonna feel a little less cinematic. Or the video of my eyes, if I had it pulled back and it wasn't just a very close up of my eyes and you can see everything around with no context, then it's not going to feel as cinematic, especially with all the other factors that I mentioned earlier that plays a part into this video being cinematic. Now, in terms of slow motion, I personally do not use slow motion for two reasons. One reason, and I'm going to be completely honest, it is because with the FX3, you need very specific memory cards to record slow motion to. Those memory cards cost upwards to $200, $300, and I have not decided to spend that much money on a memory card right now. So I am not capable of shooting slow motion. So I'm gonna be completely honest, that is one reason why I don't shoot slow motion. But the next reason that I don't shoot slow motion is because even if I did have that memory card and I was capable of shooting in slow motion, I wouldn't, because for me, I feel like a lot of the time people throw in slow motion, and this is not a knock to anybody who uses slow motion, but for me, a lot of the time I don't want to take away from the story that I'm trying to tell, or take away from my compositions or anything that I may have worked hard on, like finding certain lighting, compositions, or anything that I set up. I don't want to take away from that because I put something in slow motion, because if we're being honest, everything looks good when it's in slow motion. I want to be more so focused on the story that I'm trying to tell than trying to wow and woo people with the cool things that I can do within my camera. Even with the music videos I shoot, I just shot a music video for Smooth and I didn't use slow motion at all. 1400, I got 50 pair, these are Mary G. I be buying guns just because, give them to the team.
When I sip, I pull out the honey. I don't measure lean.
And I feel like music videos, those are things that you should and can use slow motion on and get away with it, because a lot of videos have slow motion. But for me and what I'm trying to do, I just want to progress and tell stories in a way that doesn't rely on using tools or things that, in my opinion, takes away from that storytelling. I mean, take movies, for example. I clearly do not make movies, but most of the movies I watch, they never use slow motion. There's not a instance in which slow motion is being used, and these are still very cinematic things that we're watching. A lot of my favorite music videos don't have slow motion. A lot of my favorite videos in general don't involve slow motion. So a lot of the things that I deem cinematic, or I look at and it's clearly a cinematic video, they're not using slow motion or trying to do these things to wow the viewer. They're just telling a story, and they're doing all the things that I kind of mentioned in this video to do so.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I just woke up and I'm trying to finish this video. I do want to make it abundantly clear that I am still going to be using slow motion. So if you see me using slow motion, mind your business.
And I touch on this in all of my videos. I've made a couple videos about getting photos that look cinematic. And I'm sure my last video I mentioned getting cinematic, the cinematic look in your videos, but I'm going to mention it in this as well. But the lighting. I personally work with natural light, but anybody who works with light, natural light, artificial light can tell you that lighting is probably the most vital part in your video looking cinematic. It adds depth. It makes things feel a certain way to the viewer and yourself that if something was very flat, you couldn't do so otherwise. But for me, the lighting is very important. Even for this to look cinematic, there's a light back there. The light's coming in right here. I'm very conscious and very particular in where my lighting sources are for things to feel cinematic within my video. So lighting is very, 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 very important. All of the things that I mentioned in this video, like the movement, lighting, focal length, coloring, having someone walk in the frame, composition, and filming on purpose, like filming things purposely and not just filming things to film them. All very important things in which you need to do when filming alone on a tripod, or if you're filming with someone but your camera isn't moving. So hope that makes sense. I feel like I rambled a lot and kind of got off topic a little bit, but I hope a lot of that makes sense, because those are the things I do. I actually wasn't even gonna make this video, but a few people have told me that my videos look very cinematic, and I never really thought about really trying to make my video cinematic. I just did what I did, and then I guess it just came out that way. So hopefully some of these tips helped y'all. A lot of people, I know y'all, like I said, don't watch me for my video takes and my video input. Like I said, I'm not a professional filmmaker. Being a professional is subjective. I make videos on YouTube and I do my best to try to make them look like movies, and that's all I want to do. So that is what I do. So not a professional, but these are the things that I do. Hope you guys got all that, not too much, not too little, and you guys enjoyed the video. With that being said, though, I'm gonna get up out of here. I hope you guys, have a beautiful, blessed day. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, I'm not talking to you because you already did what you had to do. Please like the video, hit that like button, beat the shit out of the like button. The like button do be talking crazy about my mama, so I would appreciate if all of y'all went over there and beat the shit out the like button. With that being said, though, I'm gonna get up out of here. Hope y'all have a blessed day, man. Let's get it. You know the vibes.